Good afternoon. This is Ron Brown. It's Tuesday, April 1st, 2026, start of a new quarter, and I'm going to do a short video on finding where the strength is in industry groups. A couple things I want to point out. I'm changing the add-on to the second quarter since we're into the second quarter. So when you get an email from me, the link will go to a new add-on. Now it says you need to delete your warehouse and chart views before installing the new add-on. That's really not necessary this time. I've tested it and everything seems to work out okay. So you can do it if you want to. You can delete if you want to, but you don't really have to. Now the current market is still weak, but it's rallying. Yesterday was all the talk was that it's rallying because Trump said he's going to end the war, but I think it had an awful lot to do with the end of quarter. The institutions really didn't want their holdings to look like they performed as poorly as they have, so they went in there and bought, and it was a huge day. But still, the daily trend is down, and the weekly trend is still down true. So you never know what Trump's going to say to try to affect the market. So it's really a dangerous situation. Now I'm going to talk today or show you a different way where you can use intraday rotation on the industry groups. I've modified a couple of warehouse views that I'll show you how that works. As always, remember the market is your teacher, and any stock index or ETF mentioned in this presentation is not a recommendation to buy or sell. All trading strategies are used at your own risk. Now, right now, it seems like if you're not in, you're missing out. Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. There's just too many questions with this war going on in Iran. Too many things that can go wrong, so be very careful when you're trading or initiating trades. Now the video that I'm recording right now will have a link right here. Here's the add-on link. This is a new second quarter add-on, so make sure that you use this link right here, which will be in the email. In the email, if I remember, I'm going to create a PDF out of this and put a link to this. This is all the videos that I've done over the past several years. Some of them are still relevant, others are not. But if you want it, look at all this stuff, all of these links. I will put a link to the this PDF so you can download this and have it for your own use. Now this statement right here, you can really ignore that. It says the add-on will be updated again on Saturday morning. That is when I was doing these on Friday afternoon. By the way, I'm going to do my videos during the week rather than on weekends. I want to keep my weekends free so I can do things with my wife. And it's just kind of a burden to do them on weekends. But if I'm sitting here during the week, I can knock out these videos pretty quickly. So from now on, they're going to be during the week. Now in this video, I'm going to talk about a momentum scan and how to make it into industry groups and then go from the created groups into the warehouse and then see where the strength is and where some potential trades are. Now, I'm doing this late in the day. It's 2:25 p.m. Central Time, so this is something that's probably better done earlier in the morning or earlier in the day, but you'll get the idea. So I'm going to go into the designer, and I'll just go into all securities, click on that, and make this full screen here. And then Under my working scans, which you get under the volume spikes, this will work for volume spikes too, but I'm doing it with the momentum combos because it lets more stocks in. So as of right now, click on this, a momentum combo up intraday. These are all stocks that are assigned to industry groups. Now I'm going to sort on raw combo, and you can see where the momentum is based upon the industry groups or the individual stocks. But I want a more precise look at the industry groups. I want these broken down into industry groups. So I'm going to click on the spectrum analyzer. You can see that there are 2,300 stocks here. Right here it says, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. See if I can get up near the, I'll close it and redo it. 2,300 total securities making up 163 slices. These are momentum up stocks. Now, if I go to the momentum down, you can see there's 1,237. And these slices, there's going to be stocks in both in the groups that are going up and going down. I mean, there's going to be stocks that are representing both the up and down momentum. But I'm going to go back to the up, which is the dominant group today. Click on the spectrum analyzer, and then I'm going to click on make group some slices. I'm just going to call these momentum stocks. And I'm going to prepend this. What that does is it puts the date on these stocks, or on these industry groups, I should say. So it's building the industry groups right now. This is momentum up. I'm just going to worry about the upside because the market is up today. And then I'm going to go into the designer, and it will go into your user groups when you create this, and you can see that the industry groups are in here and they're all dated. Why does it say the 31st when we're on the 1st? Because this was the date of the last update from the HGSI database. But that really doesn't matter. Now let's go back, and now I'm going to move up, or down I should say, to top-down process views for HGSI generated indexes. I'm going to click on the first one, but I have to get back to the top of the groups. So I'll click on momentum stocks, and I probably should have labeled this momentum stocks industry groups. And now, even though the data was from yesterday, because it's updating in the background with Thinkorswim, and you just saw the update there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to close the warehouse, I'm going to right mouse click on this, and I'm going to, no, I made a mistake there. I'm going to click on the top folder and go to the tools and click on rebuild indexes and groups. So what it's doing, it is rebuilding the indexes to reflect the current prices of these stocks. So now I'll go back to momentum stocks, click back through to the warehouse, and now I need to just make sure that this group is activated. And what do we have here? I'm sorted on raw combo, and my combo rank for this is the percentage change one-day industries. And if you look over here at this column, this represents what the industries were up yesterday, percentage price change, and here is what they're up today. I put this column over here, and you can see that other specialty retail is up the most, up 10.95%. Now I put this column in here, intraday price change one day, so I can quickly change to the index or the industry group. These indexes have been created. You can go to either one. So I'm just going to go to the index because it represents what's in the stocks that are moving up. And you can see the index percentage change here. Now the problem with this view is it does have some information where the crossovers occurred, but I don't see any of the VPA information and so on. So I'm going to click on the quick pick, and I'm just going to go down here to number 6, top down percentage price change up intraday stocks and groups. Click on that, and it will only show the stocks that are going up. We know they're going up because those are the only ones that I selected in that momentum. So here's the industry price change one day for the current day. And here are the stocks. What's my combo? Here it is based upon the stocks. It's a percentage change, percentage range up, and up from the low. So the strongest stocks with this are going to come to the top of the list. And also, if you look over here, you can see the columns which show the VPA signals. So let's just arbitrarily take a stock here. This was a signal from yesterday, an effort to rise. It's up another 2.14, 2.33% now. It updated. And you can see that 3 was below the 6, and the VPOC turned positive yesterday. So let's bring it up, take a look at it. Now I'm going to go down, and I'll go to my 2C chart, and you can see that yesterday the 3 had not crossed the 6. If you look right here, and if we look down here, you can see it didn't cross until today, but the VPOC and the force indexes crossed yesterday, and here's the effort to rise. Okay, let's look at another one. Strength seen returning here. Both the 3 crossing the 6 were negative, along with the force index. It's up 1.75%. Take a quick look at it. This is a stock in a downtrend, but you can see there's been accumulation here. We know the group is strong today, and you can see that there's been accumulation for 3 out of 4 days, stopping volume, effort to rise, confirmation of bar closing near the high. That confirms the return of strength. So if you like the bottom fish, you can see that other people are buying this. Now let's look at one more here, and let's just go up to the top. There was no signal on this one, but you can see the crossover happened yesterday on the 3 and the 6, and also the force index. I have not looked at these stocks, but here's the force index, and here's the crossover yesterday, and it's moving up. So what I'm showing you here are momentum stocks that are in industry groups that are also, for the most part, moving up. So let me go back to the top here. And I'm going to just go up to the momentum stocks. Let's look at some of these other groups. You can see the semiconductor group is near the top. There's 46 stocks in here. The industry percentage price change today is 5.60, big move up. And I'm going to move down here. Let's see, I'm right here. I'm going to move down to 6. I'm sorry, I did that wrong. I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to go top down first to the index group. And now I'm going to go to number 6, and it's going to pull up all the stocks that are up for the day out of this momentum group. And you can look over here to the side and see the VPA signals. You can see if they've crossed over or not. And let's just look here. Here is a Intel's on top. Let's look at Intel. It crossed down 4 days ago, and the force index crossed up yesterday. And you can see that Intel, here's where the down crossover was, and then here was an effort to rise yesterday along with strength seen returning after a downtrend, and it's following through today. So that looks like actually a pretty good setup here. Let's do one more. Well, now you can see Micron move to the top after the update. It crossed down 7 days ago and 9 days ago on the VPOC, and it's had a couple of strong days. It's up 9.26% today. Bring it up. You can see how this has fallen off, how sharply it fell off from up here around 480, clear down to 312, a huge loss for those who bought at the top and stuck it out. But you can see stopping volume with strength seen returning and a confirmation of that strength today. Now these are obviously institutional buyers because this is still a $375 stock approximately. And you can look over here at the volume. This is yesterday's data. Let's do the intraday statistics here. Here's today's volume. Here's the last price over here, 369.11. So my point in doing this was just, you can do this every day, find out what groups have upward momentum and then the stocks in those groups, and then you can do your prospecting. If you'd like to do it intraday, if you don't like to do it intraday, this probably wouldn't work all that well for you. Now, I covered a lot of steps here. Let's run through this again quickly. So I'm going to get rid of these momentum stocks, just delete the whole groups. And then I'm going to go back to all securities, click on that, bring this up, and now I'm going to go into my working scans. It's under volume spikes. I may make this a separate category, but I'm going to click on number 3, momentum combo up. These stocks are all up today. And you can see the groups are kind of all over the place. What I want to do is I want to sort these into industry groups. So to do that, I'm clicking on the spectrum analyzer. I will click on the folder. I'm going to prepend these. Say OK. It really doesn't take long to do this. Okay, I'll close that, and now I'm going to drop down to my user groups, momentum industry groups, and now I have to go to a different warehouse view. I'm going to go down here to the top-down process for HGSI generated indexes. Click on that, and you can see that the combo rank is industries, percentage price change 1 day. I sorted on raw combo. You can see these groups are still in the same order, I believe. And then you can, for a quick look, let's go to other hardware. There are only 6 of these. Change to the index group, and you can see that these are all up. Or, going to go back. Well, I clicked on the wrong thing, so I'll just scroll back up to the top to find my momentum groups. Here I'm going back up to the top. And let's go to a little larger group. Let's go to precious metal and mining, 69 in here. I'm going to change to the index groups. These are stocks that are created and put in these indexes. And you can prospect here, but I want to go to a view that gives me the VPA flags also. So I'm going to click on this, just go down to number 6. You can see these are all precious metal, and the raw combo brings the strongest ones to the top of the list. So B2 Gold Corporation is at the top. No VPA flags there. Pretty good relative strength. Let's look at I-80 Gold Corp. Nothing there. Let's go down here to this one. Effort to Rise. Seabridge Gold crossed over yesterday. The Force Index actually crossed over 8 days ago. So I'm going to bring it up, and we'll go back to that 2C. And you can see that the crossover was yesterday here. The follow-through was today. And the Force Index crossed over clear back here. Not the Force Index, the volume point of control. So, and it's been under accumulation. Okay, that's it. You can prospect this way intraday, and I hope I didn't confuse you, but it's something that I thought about putting together, and let's give it a try. Any feedback about this, just let me know, and I'll consider it if something needs fixing. Thanks for listening.